Right, so everybody, welcome back to Matt Fryer Golf. Today we're talking consistency, 3 drills that you can do to make your golf strikes more consistent. Let's get stuck into this lesson right now. Just while you're here guys, hit the subscribe button down below. You're going to get free golf lessons every week to make you better at golf. Just down there, let's get stuck into this lesson. So 3 drills to make us better at golf. And we're going to need for these drills, 1 a towel, 1 alignment stick, and that will about do us for these 3 drills. So drill number 1, and these are all based around iron strike. These, if we can start to get good solid iron strike, stop hitting the ground, stop thinning it, towing it, heeling it, all of those real horrible ones that just don't fill us with joy when we hit them, we're going to start to see that we're getting better results out on the golf course. So the first one, I did this drill recently with one of my students, Andy, and there's 2 iterations of this drill. The first one was that when I saw Andy and he was coming to me, we were really getting a problem with where the club was touching the ground. So we were seeing it was either before the ground, it was up over the golf ball, it was everywhere. It just wasn't consistent. So we needed to make sure he could get a little bit of consistency. And what we wanted to do, if I just move these here, was, like I say, get some control of his body. Actually start to get the feeling of where the weight was as he was moving around, because one of the big things that was happening with Andy was that his legs were almost a little bit jelly-like, and there was a lot of movement going on, and because he was trying to hit it too hard, the legs were racing and then they were kicking out, and like I say, there just wasn't this element of control. So drill number 1 to try and get you some consistency, like I say, you can do this in 1 or 2 ways. A real simple one, and the way we can do this to start off with, is our feet together. We bring our feet together. I've got a 7-iron, my flag's at 160 yards out there. I know I'm not going to get there with this one, but what I'm going to try and do is get to the front of the green. So what I would do is have some small swings and feel like I'm really in control of my balance, because when I stand close together now, if I were to make a real aggressive movement one way, I am falling over. If I can't control where my body is, the chances of me getting the club back onto the ball and out of the middle of the club become highly restricted. So this drill is a great way to actually get a feeling of control throughout our body. So we take our stance, we line the club in, and we literally have our feet touching as we do it. Then from there, like I say, for me, my 7-iron normally goes 170, but I'm probably going to hit this about 120. I'm just going to focus on now getting a good strike as I go through this. So here, and just stepped off it, but a real crisp strike, and it has gone perfectly down my target line. If you get good at that, the second thing you can start to do is take your setup here again with the feet close together, but then place your trail foot back behind you. So we see that the trail foot now, I can lift it and tap it quite a lot. That's because a lot of my weight now, or pretty much all my weight, is in my lead foot. So in this flavour of the drill, what we want to try and do is make the swing, turn and tap once I finish, so I can actually see that I've got a balanced setup over my lead side. So we've got feet together to start off with, like this. Then we go for the second one when we've got good at that. Again, align the club, take the trail foot and place it back. And again, it's only going to be a short shot with your selected iron, but I would feel now I can make the swing. Little bit off balance there, hence why I didn't get my best strike. So if I were to get my best strike, I'd hit and then I would tap as I got into that. So that is drill number 1, to see that we are going to start to get some real good strikes and not see that we're getting the bottom of the ground before the ball. We're not seeing that we're getting the top of the golf ball. Give those a try, feet together or toe back and tap, and see that you start to get a really good strike on the golf ball. Okay, so the second drill that is going to get us some consistency, and these are probably my favourite drills just to go through to just really get back to basics, getting back to getting the ball going out on target, getting our striking position. And this second drill is taking a towel and getting some connection, because one of the things I see from a lot of people when they come into me for lessons is that they say they're really struggling with strike, they're getting it toe and heely and they're not getting it where they want, and then as soon as they start swinging, the club's off in a really exaggerated different direction every time. So there's no real connection between the arms and the body. The club and their hands is just left to do what they want, really. So by taking the towel and feel that we just pinch it under our armpits, that gives me the feeling of my arms being connected now to my torso. And what I want to try and achieve through this drill is that I get the feeling that my torso is a bit more of the engine of my golf swing. So it really starts to get me turning and rotating instead of just throwing my arms back at the golf ball. Because I've got this in here, and again I'm a little bit restricted, and you'll probably notice all these drills are quite restricted, it gets me the feeling of really working on the point that I'm trying to get across, which is strike. So we get the feeling of here being connected and turning, and all I'm focusing on now is getting a good hit. I'm not bothered about my distance. All I want to try and see is that I can get that club back onto the golf ball with these feelings. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the towel here and we'll pinch it under our armpit, and then again a slightly smaller stance than normal, and expect to hit it a little bit shorter than normal. So for me, again, I'm going to try and hit this to the 130 and see that I can get it out to that distance. Not bad at all, pretty straight, just gone off to the right ever so slightly, but I felt like I got a really nice compressed strike out of there. So if you're struggling with your heels and your toes, let's see that you're not glancing the golf ball too much. Let's get the towel under and let's get some real connection and see that we can start to get the club traveling in the direction we want. Let's take a look at the third and final drill. Okay, so 5 paces out, I've now got an alignment cane. What I'm going to try and do with this drill, it's all about my club face alignment. Can I get this looking and starting the ball out on my intended target? Because when we talk about consistency, one of the things that I hear a lot about trying to get consistent is getting rid of the slice. And what a lot of people do is start to aim really off in a different direction from their intended target. So this yellow cane out in front of me now is in line with my intended target. So what I've got to try and do here, again, limiting the distance, so it's being restrictive, it's being more focused on what we're trying to achieve here, is that I try and get my ball to hit that cane, or at least start it as close as possible each time. If I can't really start my ball 5 paces out in front of me where I want, the chances of me consistently hitting it into the place I want to down at a greater distance, i.e. 150, are going to be pretty hard. So what we go through here is something where we'd take our setup and we're trying to incorporate all the 2 drills prior as well, feeling that we've got good balance and good connection. And then from here, am I able firstly to see that I get my my club looking towards the cane here. So I take my good setup, I get my consistent base here, and then from there, can I make the golf swing and try and get it to hit? So just to start off with, I'm only going to hit about a 50-yard 7-iron, just seeing if I can knock the cane out of the ground. He's done it. He's done it. So there we go. That is club face alignment 101. Let me just pop this back up here for us. That gives me a great sense of belief in knowing that I'm doing the right thing as well. So now when I go on to the bigger one, I can trust in what I'm doing. So when I now align my club up again, after just hitting that one, when I pull the trigger on this one now, I know that I'm now aiming in the right direction. So here, out, and it nearly hit it again then, just grazed it as it went by. but a really solid, crisp struck shot as I've hit there. So 3 drills for consistency there. Can we get the strike at the right point of our arc? Not before, not at too high on the golf ball. Can we get ball and turf? Can we get a little connection and see that we're not getting toey and heely? And then can we align the club face right and see that we're getting it out to our target where we want to hit it? If you can do those 3 things, guys, and work on those, you're going to see that you will become more consistent. You'll be able to control your club a lot better. Give them a go. Let me know in the comments down below how they go for you. Which one do you think is going to work for you the most? As I said earlier as well, guys, do hit the subscribe button. Loads of free golf lessons for you. All you got to do is hit, it's totally free to do, and you'll get a golf lesson free every week. So hit that button now. Guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in another lesson very soon.